In this video, I'm going to share with you my goals for the upcoming year. Hey everyone, I'm Michelle and this is A Common Life. I'm a homeschooling mom of 5 kids ages 4 through 12. And it is the new year and I've seen so many of my friends here on YouTube sharing their New Year's resolutions, their goals for the new year, their reflections on the previous year. And so I thought I would just kind of join in and do the same. And so first of all, let me just say, I made a resolution video last year and I feel like I failed on like everything in my resolution video. I had all these good hopes and expectations for what my year was going to be, and I ended up starting out the year like really sick. I was sick for the first 2 weeks of January, and then in February I got the flu and I was even sicker, and that was the sickest I've ever been in my entire life. I don't know if I've ever had the flu before, but I had influenza A and I was like really sick. And so the year just like did not start out well at all. And so all of these habits and, you know, behavior patterns, things that I wanted to start at the beginning of the year just like really didn't happen. And so that was really big struggle for me. And so I just kind of didn't really pick up where I wanted to. And there were a lot of things that I wanted to read and do, and habits that I wanted to begin. I just kind of like failed at absolutely everything. So it was really discouraging looking back and like seeing people posting these videos this last week and realizing that like I feel like I failed at everything. And I guess sometimes we just have years like that. Sometimes we really struggle like to get our footing, and yeah, for whatever reason that was this year for me. Like I really didn't get any of those things done. If you saw my recent homeschool update video, you will know that our homeschool year in this last fall was really not what I wanted it to be. And even as a homeschool mom, I feel like I haven't been who I want to be. Like one of the things I really want to do is read with my kids more. And I think that was one of my resolutions last year, is just read with my kids more. And I feel like I still need to read more. Like I just don't feel like we're reading, and we're doing a lot of like readers, and you know, they're reading for school, their history, science books, things like that. But I don't feel like I'm doing enough just like reading for fun. Like one of the things I wanted to do was just every day for like 30 minutes, just sit on the couch together and read books. And I've not ever done that. Or not, I shouldn't say ever. We've probably done it a few times, but like not consistently done that. I wanted that to just become a habit that we do all the time, and we haven't. And I also was talking to my husband and I realized like I have hardly read any books this year. What in the world? What happened? Like I love to read. I was an English major in college. Like obviously an English major would love to read, and somehow I've gone through an entire year and I've hardly read any books. Like the stack of books that I read is like very small. And so one of my goals, and I'm not doing resolutions this year, I'm just going to do goals. I'm going to try to make it something like, I feel like, I don't know, for whatever reason with me, resolutions, like I feel like it has to be something that like is life changing and everything changes. And so that's just my own mindset. And so I've decided to do is kind of just like set a few goals. And so for me, one of my goals this year is just to read more, whether that be like homeschool books or mom books or just like fiction. I like historical fiction, and I also really like biographies or autobiographies or things like that. One of my favorite things to read about is like climbing Mount Everest or climbing K2. Like those are, I'm so weird, I don't know why. Those are some of my favorite books to read. I like to watch the movies too. There's one that's on Netflix right now about, I don't remember what it was called, but it's about climbing K2, the year that like all of the people died and like what happened, which is kind of depressing, but it really is very interesting to me. It's like one of those things where like I'm never going to do that. That is just not something that I will ever do. And so it's just fascinating to me. Like I just like to read about it and kind of try to understand why that is so thrilling for people. Because for me, I'm like, that would be terrifying. I don't want anything to do with that. And so I don't know, it's just kind of fun to like get in the psyche of people who are very different than I am and kind of learn about them. And that's just interesting to me. And so I really enjoy reading books like that, like natural disaster books for whatever reason, like real things that happen. Those types of things fascinate me. Just seeing how people like survived them and how they came out on the other end stronger. And I find that really interesting. So hopefully I'll read some books like that as well. I have a stack of books that I'm going to be reading this month that I shared on Instagram. So go on over there and check out the stack of books that I shared. Several of the books I have actually read already and I want to reread them. Like Teaching from Rest. That book by Sarah Mackenzie is like one of the best books for homeschool moms ever. If you have not read Teaching from Rest, I'm going to have it linked to down below for you. I have an Amazon account with like my list of things, and I'm going to have that linked to down below for you. And if you know, all it does is just basically put all of my favorite things in one place. And then if you decide to purchase something through there, just like you regularly would through Amazon, it actually helps me out and I get like a tiny, tiny, tiny cut of your purchase. And so if you want to help out and support other homeschool moms, I would love for you to do that. There's a lot of us out here on YouTube who are able to have these Amazon accounts. And so all you do is just basically shop like you normally would, and it helps us out. So feel free to go ahead and check out that link. I will have it down below for you guys, and I will list all of the books that I'm reading right now down there, and then any of my other kind of like homeschool mom types of favorites as well. Another goal of mine is just to get my kids into a better rhythm with things. I feel like we kind of lost our rhythm, especially since, I don't know, maybe like the beginning of November. We've kind of lost the rhythm that we had before. And now that our older two children are going to be going to a school 2 days a week, I really want us to get into a better rhythm. Just even like the simple things like making your bed and like tidying up your room and things like that. Like put it into a like a rhythm that they do every day. Like I feel like that those type of things kind of like slip by and I don't really notice them until I'm like, wait, when was the last time you made your bed? Or when was the last time you know, brushed your teeth? Well, not really, I'm exaggerating, but like that kind of stuff, where the things that they're supposed to be doing all the time, I want to make sure that they're doing it all the time. And it's really easy to just kind of like create a little checklist and then they just check things off as they go, which I have done with my kids ever since they were really young. And so that's one of the things I want to start doing with them again, just that way I'm sure they're like getting done everything that they need to do. And my last goal, which is incredibly simple, is that I just want to use my planner more. I went ahead and made new planner pages that I'm putting inside of my Happy Planner that are customized to fit my family. I will have those linked to down below with the video if you guys want to check that out. But I found that the Happy Planner just wasn't really working the way that I wanted it to. And so I just made my own planner pages. I used to always make my own planners. So I love the Happy Planner because you can like take the pages out. So it's like the perfect fit. If I can just DIY it and keep the setup of the Happy Planner, that's like my ideal planner. And so I have done that. And one of the things I want to do is actually just use it more. I feel like this last year I was like filling stuff out and then I wasn't always like going back to it and using it as far as like our like home plans are concerned. I used it for homeschool, but as far as our home plans were concerned. So what I've done is I have a spread of like homeschool and our life all side by side. So I can basically just kind of like keep it open on my desk, which is right next to my kitchen, and then I can just look over like any of the things I have to do that day or that week, or like my meal plans and things like that, or my grocery list. Everything is kind of all in one place now, and so it's easy for me to just like look over and make sure I'm getting the things done that I need to do and cross things off and check things off and things like that. So that is a very simple goal. I should be able to do this. This is not a very big deal, and it's just something that I really want to get done, that I don't want to sometimes I feel like I let things pile up in my planner and I don't get the things done I want to do. And so if I can kind of have it spread out better over a week, I can get more things done. So that's it. Those are basically like my life goals on top of just other things that we're already doing, like eating healthy, losing weight, drinking more water. I'd like to get more exercise this year, so I'm going to work on that, but I'm not doing it as a resolution. I want it to just be something that just becomes a part of my life, just something that I do. And so that's it. Those are my goals, and I think that they are very attainable goals. I do not think this is anything crazy. Like last year, I felt like it was too much. I had too many things that I wanted to do and I just couldn't do it. So I've decided this year I'm just going to simplify and just have a few goals that I want to do, goals that are very attainable, and that way I can really do them and get them done and not feel like a complete and utter failure, which is the way I felt at the end of this year when I looked back at my resolution video and I was like, wow, I failed. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to have that mindset at all. I want to be, I want to feel like I can accomplish these things and empower myself. So that's where I am. I hope this video was helpful to you. If it was, please let me know by clicking that like button. And I hope that you guys have a really wonderful year and are able to accomplish any of your goals or resolutions that you have set for yourselves. Thanks for watching and have a great day.